hangs, anywhere inside the store, out in the front. So basically where you're standing, you cannot be, or you could be arrested for trespassing. So this is your warning. Just go ahead and leave. And
so 7-Eleven said that they don't want me here?
Yeah, are you refusing to leave?
No.
Okay, then go ahead and leave so I don't have to arrest you. Thank you, sir.
So 7-Eleven said that? Or is that something you just made up right now? Because I'm going to go ask them. Because I'm going to go ask them if that's true or if you're just making up stories. Because I don't.
What do you want to do, sir?
I don't believe the police, you know.
You go in there, I'll arrest you for trespassing.
You'll arrest me for trespassing?
I just told you you're trespassed from there, so if you go in...
I'm trespassed from there? How? How am I trespassed when I was just sitting out front of there?
Okay.
How am I trespassed if I was just sitting outside of there? And I haven't even gone in there, and I've had no interactions inside 7-Eleven. They can't do that. So can you ask them to come out to tell me I'm officially trespassed? Because I want to hear this directly. Because I haven't been told by anyone.
I just told you.
Well, can you give me your card? Can you give me your card? I want a record of this. And if this is the case, I'll just sue 7-Eleven. I have no problem suing people.
You just make your money however you gotta make it, sir.
Oh.
You can go sue me too.
I just don't I don't actually have anything to sue you for, but if you if you did do something in the future that required legal action, I would definitely pursue that.
Just so you know, when you file the complaint and they work with you on that, be sure to stick with them and call them back, because if you just complain and then you don't do anything, you won't get paid. So if you want to get paid, you got to stick with it, all right? Stick it out.
I'm actually going to the IPR office right now because I got multiple complaints, and they found one wasn't they used
well, I'm sure there's all kinds of
pain compliance techniques on me when they arrested me on November 25th.
Okay.
Even though I wasn't resisting arrest. And then they went to internal affairs, and I guess internal affairs says that they don't see any problem with it, that yes, pain compliance was used against me, but basically that's within the Bureau's policy. So it's nice to know that you guys can just use pain compliance on people just because you feel a sadistic need. I'm not saying you, because I don't know how you arrest people. I've never been arrested by you, so I don't know if you're one of the more gentle cops that arrest people and put on the handcuffs nicely and do that stuff, or if you're like one of the ones that are like, well, I can use pain compliance even though this guy's not resisting, so I'm gonna do that, you know?
Well, you get paid eventually. You get arrested enough times, I'm sure
maybe.
you'll sue for something.
But so 7-Eleven actually said I'm trespassed, and that's just for the day, right? Can you clarify that or what?
Yeah, if I was you, I wouldn't come back for the day if you don't want to get arrested.
Right on. Well, maybe I do feel like getting arrested, and that like always helps with legal cases sometimes.
Sure, it's another opportunity to get paid. I'm sure you can sue for something.
Yeah, if these guys at 7-Eleven think they own the sidewalk, and then they can just trespass me for simply sitting outside of a store.
Well, it seems like a good business to be in.
Then that's kind of like, hey, you want to know what? That's the only thing that works these days is, you know, an apology doesn't work, you know? Like, if I demanded an apology from these guys, what would I get? They might apologize. And what would that get me? Oh, nothing. And then they just do it to the next guy and the next guy. When you sue people, it actually sets a precedent, and then people are warned against repeating the same violations in the future. That's why I believe in suing. Not because I'm like all sue happy, but you know what I mean? I think it's one of the best ways to address the system and get something back from them, or any corporation, or any, you know. I don't believe in suing people that don't have the money, but hey, 7-Eleven, they got the money.
Hey, stick it to them. They got more money than you. You might as well stick it to them, right?
Yeah, they got more money than you too, I'm sure, you know. This is a good racket. This is like a downtown. These guys are making money all day long. I see money coming out every day, like another $20 purchase, another $50 purchase.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yep. So I will sue these guys, and I'm glad that they chose to violate my rights today, because you know, that's it works out in the end, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's better that they violate my rights, someone who's actually gonna go stick up for myself and do something about it, than if they just violate some guy who's not gonna do anything about it. And I actually know all the legal process, and I actually know a lot of good lawyers that'll take my stuff pro bono.
I
so
believe that.
yeah,
I believe that.
right on. Well, you have a good day.
All right, sir. Good talking to you.
Well, thanks for passing on that message from 7-Eleven, because that's gonna help me out in the long run too.
Sure.
Right on.
Thank you.
And eventually I'll go move to the hills and grow a bunch of weed and organic vegetables, and then just come into the city every once in a while with my camera.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Somebody arrests you for selling weed.
What's that?
Then it'll give you something else you can sue for if you get arrested for selling weed.
No, I just smoke weed, and you can pretty much grow like plenty of weed these days to where, you know.
That's true.
And I actually did that for the majority of my life. I was a weed seller since I was like 13 years old, but I don't do that anymore, you know. And I'm all for growing weed and giving it away and stuff though, and things like that, you know. But I'll let the yuppies and the dispensaries and all those guys make their money, and I'll give weed away, but I'm not in the selling weed business anymore. But you have a good one.